Hi, I'm back. Welcome to Flip It or Keep It. I think this is episode 10. It's been a while. I'm very busy trying to clean out a storage unit that I have that's full of my mother's things before she went in a nursing home. Things, I had my grandchildren living with me my whole life. There were four of them, so we have a ton of their things, old toys and stuff like that. And then my own things. I kept my husband's mother's stuff that I put away so the kids wouldn't break it. There's so many things. This whole house is like, there's a bag here, a suitcase over there I have to go through, a ton of stuff out there. Then on top of it, my storage room upstairs, when all the kids moved out, I used one of their rooms as a storage unit, just turned into a big, junk room. So I'm going through that all at the same time. So what I'm doing is I'm going to my storage unit and filling up my trunk, bringing it back here, going through everything, giving some things away, going through that room upstairs, filling my trunk back up and bringing it to storage. It's like, am I doing this right? I don't know. It's not easy because my husband's mother went to yard sales every week of her life. And I have a lot of things from there. This is one of the items, a little china pot thing. I wasn't going to lead with this, but the other day I got up 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, just couldn't sleep. I said, I just Google, google.com is great, helps me a lot, telling me everything, what things are worth and everything. But just not everything. I need Just Answer to help me. But I told you before, I got kicked out for asking too many questions. When I've been gun shy, I've only asked like 4 questions in the month. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I have all these things that I've researched, I've re-researched, and I've re-researched, and I just don't know. So I sat down, I took 2 items, 1 or 2 items for like 6 different appraisers and sent them out. I said, they kicked me out, they kicked me out. I'm going to try it. So this one was, I'll get back to it. I'm just going to kind of go in order. I'm going to start with Mark. I'm going to say he's my favorite. He's really into the art. He's very good. And so anytime I have anything to do with a picture or whatever, I'm going to be asking for him. So we started out with this. It's a merry-go-round. I thought this would be worth a lot of money. An old, merry-go-round, 5-cent rides. I was so psyched about this. And I was like, I don't even care if it's not worth money. I'm going to either keep this or is actually contemplating giving it to the guy at the Salem Willows, because he is so good. He does all the rides for the kiddies all the time, and he always was so nice to my grandchildren there. I don't even know if he's still there because my grandchildren all left, it's been over 2 years now, so I haven't really been back there. I don't know if he's still there. But I'm either going to keep it, which I love, and when I go to Virginia Beach and I'm with my grandkids, this would look nice there, or give it to him. I'm going to play it by ear when I go there this year. But anyway, Mark says that this appears to be a compressed sign rather than wood. This is wood. I think he's talking about this part. And I wasn't sure if that was wood either when I gave it to him, so he picked right up on that. He's actually been in this business for over 50 years, so I'm going to go by what he said. Even if it is by a picture, I believe him. He says, and either way, it's quite contemporary. It's probably the 21st century. And he gave it an estimate value of $14 to $16 retail. I paid $8, so I'm definitely not flipping this. I'm going to find places to put these in. I'll just put it right back here. So that was one. He also did the Curry and Ives for me, just because of the name brand. I wanted to ask. I thought this might be worth a lot because the back is so old. It says Art Craft Shopper in New Jersey, and that place is been out of business now. I don't think it's even exists anymore. I also noticed the BI in the back. I think that means something. But I've asked that, including him. Nobody will answer me when I ask about what the BI in the back or an S in the back means. Now, I think Nomad, the antique dealer, said before in one of his videos that S meant brushstroke. And I know BI on the German sign, I think, meant German. No, I don't think this is German. I don't know. Anyway, this is the snowstorm. And he said, this is a 20th century reprint. And as witness the lack of complete printing credentials in the lower margin. So he estimated this to be between $15 and $17. My husband picked this just because he had had Aquarian eyes back in the day and he thought it might be valuable. Not worth reselling. So, there are some things I'm just going to keep. Not because I really want to keep them, but because it's just not worth reflipping. All right. So then, the next one, it's a really nice little box here. Who helped me with this? A guy by the name of William helped me with this. I think he's from, I asked Ravenwares and they didn't answer. That's not the first time they haven't answered me. I don't know if he's part of Ravenwares or if that person just isn't on here anymore. I don't know. But anyway, I love it. I think that's a mirror up there, but they can't really tell by the picture either. He doesn't think it's a jewelry box. He thinks it's either a cigar box or a gift box. And value on it, probably about $35. That I might be willing to sell. I have enough boxes around here. I don't need anything else to put things in. But it's really, really nice. It's in excellent condition. I can see that, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to be prejudiced, but I see that more like being a man's jewelry box. Not jewelry, but cigar box or something. But very nice. All right, so next we have the China pot. Old Chinese pieces. Oh, yeah, that was this one. Okay. This guy's the same guy that talked about the gift box, William. He said that the old Chinese pieces would not be stamped China. Export item less than 100 years old. So he thinks this was exported from China and the old Chinese pieces would not be stamped China. But he still said it doesn't mean there's not value to it. It still would be valuable. He didn't say exactly how much. And it is supposed to have a lid, but he said even without the lid, this is valuable. But I don't know what valuable. And it's belonged to my husband's mother, so I'm just looking at things that belong to my mother and belong to her and get an idea of what they're worth. But they're harder to part with, because they belong to family. All right, so this is very interesting. I thought it was a cricket base, and I asked Nora. Nora's always comes back with a very, very good description of things. She said it's vintage, later 20th century, circa 1980. Ginger jar, exported from China as home decor. The blue cobalt underglaze design was transfer printed and hand embellished. She doesn't think, I asked her if she thought this lid went with it, because to me, this doesn't seem to be the right thing. She said that the lid, she doesn't think goes with it because this type of a ginger jar would have a flat lid and it would fit right. She said by the pictures, it just didn't look like that really fit right. Now, I bought this. This is like maybe the fourth or fifth thing that I bought that I did not check under the lid. I have to learn to do this. I now bring scissors with me and I cut the tape to look. Big chunk out of it. And when you buy it, it's like this. And it's all taped. And I appreciate that it's taped because I don't want people picking it up and breaking it. But when you get home, you trust this place. You don't think that, they're selling you something cracked. They should at least point out it is. You get home and you find that. So she said she doesn't think the lid goes with it. And the large chip does impact the value, and it's probably worth $4 to $6. So I won't be flipping this. I was going to go donate this back, and then I said, you know what? It's a nice little piece. I'll keep it up. Anything else that I have chipped, because I do have chipped things. And I'm going to hang on to this. This lid is in perfect condition, and I might find what this actually goes to someday. So I can go to LTD lids and try to find it that way. My husband thinks it's a gourd. I was thinking pumpkin, but it is blue. So I don't know. But it looks nice on this table right now with this tablecloth, so not in any hurry for it to go anywhere. I forgot about this. I looked this up the other day. I forget what it was worth. That's depressed glass. This has been a family too. Kev's mother again. All right. Next. Oh, I didn't bring that down. I had the baseball fox statue. Well, I have this. This is who told me about this one? The same guy that told me about my Jesus plaque with the faw ivory. The same guy. He doesn't have a name on there. He calls himself expert appraiser. So he's expert appraiser, and he says this is a framed enterprise boat hull in a shadow box. Auction value $38 to $40. So I don't know the difference between an auction value and a retail value. I just don't know. But I think if it's going at auction for that, that's pretty good. And I was doing Google Lens on these, and I was seeing them going for upwards to $100. But like some were going higher, but the ones that were going higher were better than this. They had like gold inlay and stuff like that. So this is going in my ship room for now. I'm trying to do a nautical room, and this fits in there really good. I just don't know if it's worth turning or not. Down the line, I might charge a little more than the 40 if I decide to do it, because I think it's worth more than that retail. I don't know, but I do know I like it. But what else is new? I like everything. All right. What else did I do? This was Mark. Originally, I asked him about this painting. He's the one that told me about the curry knives and the pony thing. I just like this painting. It's a painting by Dan. And I picked it up and I said, that'll look nice in my hallway. Well, in my hallway, it's a little small for my hallway. So we're putting it up there. You can't see up there, but I don't want to turn the camera on. But up there on the wall, it looks really, really nice. So about this painting, I'll leave it up here so you can see as I tell you. Dan signed this. All right, so Mark at Just Answer said this looks very much like Old Jerusalem, but this painting is probably an Oriental painting, despite the Anglo name. These kinds of paintings are produced for the less expensive end of the decorator market, usually by a painter in a stable of artists who produce paintings under Western names, as those kind of names are more saleable than paintings with Asian names. Frequently, they are signed with a first name only. The lack of age toning and method of attachment to the stretcher confirms that it is a contemporary painting, perhaps mid-20th century. As such, it would have a resale value of about $25 to $28. So again, to me, it's not enough to flip. I'm trying to keep everything over 40, just because I have to pay for labels. I like to donate to charity, and I have to pay the eBay fees and everything. And anything less, just, I'll be spending time doing that when I could be spending time on, bigger items and stuff. But that being said, I think that's it on this. I'll get to that in a minute. Is that it? Covered everything over here? No, I did not cover everything. Hang on a minute. That statue I had, the appraiser said, the resin faw bronze composite statue in a vintage style, though likely late 20th century, and the Made in China sticker identifies it. I say too much about that. Wine decanter, right here. Can't see that. Okay, wine decanter. I really love this. It's beautiful. I'll probably, I don't know if I'm going to put it up or not. I love my glass I have over there right now, the slung glass and the genie bottle. The slung glass, still considering selling. I took it off, and I'm not sure I take it off, but I leave it there, and I might go back to it. This is beautiful. I mean, I'm not going to use it. My husband and I have just decided we're not even ever going to drink again. We only have one drink when we go out, but we're left not feeling good after, to the point we don't feel good all night. And this last time I had a frozen mudslide. It was delicious, and I just didn't feel good. And the next day, I didn't feel good either. So it wasn't just that night. The next day, I didn't feel good. So I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like going out running. I don't feel like doing anything when I feel like that. And it's not worth that half an hour, you know. And the people I'm with aren't drinking. So, you know, we're good. So we're tired of it. I love to have a cocktail. A pumpkin martini, a frozen mudslide, a blue Hawaiian at a Chinese restaurant. There was another one, the Grinch. I love them. Or a flight of beer. I might still do a flight of beer. That would be the only difference, is the 4 little shots. It's not somebody putting the amount of alcohol in there. I don't like that. I like to be in control of what I'm drinking. And I found that all bartenders make them too strong. And they laugh at you if you ask them to make it weaker, you know. And I'm sick of feeling like this. Not worth it. So anyway, you know, that makes you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning too. All right, anyway, I'll tell you about it. This is from a company called Tuscany, Romania, late 20th century. And I don't have the value here, but she didn't give a very high value for it. Yet when I went online, somebody was selling it for like $47 without the stopper. You know, and it's well worth more than that, I think. But I got a very low appraisal on that. I wasn't very happy with that. So, you know, like I said, I'll keep it. All right, so this was the teapot and sugar bowl. The teapot's upstairs. I already put it online. I'm asking a bit for it because it's a William Adderley and Company, dated 1886 to 1905. This is the sugar bowl that goes with it. Doesn't go with it. I'm selling it separately. I'll explain why in a minute. But anyway, the teapot itself is in very, very good condition, especially considering it's from 1886 to 1905. Adderley Company, Dalton actually took over in 1970. And I'm sure everyone's heard of Dalton. Dalton is like, you know, way up there. They're actually the ones that discontinued this and took over. So to have one of these over 100 years old is fantastic. And I mean, if I don't sell it again, it's a nice item to have. But I took the sugar bowl out, and the sugar bowl has some imperfections. The lid is fine. This had a little tiny hairline crack. And I'm like, I can live with that. Thing's over 100 years old. I mean, how are we all going to look when we're 100, right? But inside this discoloration, I took acetone and tried to get it out. I took Crisco oil and tried to get it out. I took Gooby Gone and tried to get it out. Couldn't get it out. All right, so, and this isn't a teapot, so there shouldn't be any stains in that if it's a sugar pot. Unless it is a teapot. One person, I think it was a Nurse Flipper, was saying that some of these 2-handle things are teapots. But the appraiser thinks it's a sugar pot because the sugar pots are bigger with the teapots. And I already have the teapot. Discoloration all around the rim here too, which I was trying to get out all around. Don't like that. I'm not going to sell anything that, you know, the customer's going to open it up and go, I don't like that. So I'm keeping it. But the good news is, if I ever find another one of these, I have a perfect lid. And the lids are usually the things that you're looking for. So again, I have another lid. I also have the same thing with the Kensington. I can't remember what the problem was with that, but it's beautiful upstairs. And it had a chip or something in it. I don't remember. That might be it. Oh, something else. Oh no, there was something else. I decided once a week to put one of my items at half price. Probably starting, I'm trying to keep all my items like $40, $2.50 and higher. I don't want to deal with the lower ones with the shipping. I explained all that. So I'll start with the 4250s, and I'm going to list them half price, one a week. But I started, it's going to be like 4 or 5 a month. So I have 5 of them picked out. 3 of them I've already switched over. I want to show you them. If anybody's interested in going and buying them, go for it. You know, one of the things is a Star Wars trilogy book. And I didn't bring it downstairs because I don't want to go digging through everything to find it. I'm only going to do that if somebody buys it. It's on my site if you want to look that up. It's K Yankee. It's my husband's. I always do this. It's K Yankee -63. If you're into Star Wars and you want the trilogy book, that is now $21.50. Might be able to get it cheaper from somebody else. So just putting that out there, but that's my half price deal. What is this I brought down? Oh, okay. I had these at $42.50. Some people have theirs only at $37. Mine are all in excellent condition. So I had it $42.50. This is now half price, $21.50. These are the Temptation Mini Baker cow things. You can bake things in them. I've never used anything like this before, so I really don't have any need for it. But if nobody buys it, I love them. I'll find a need for it. That's not a big deal. But I'm offering this. I want to make my customers happy too. You know, everything's too expensive. I mean, I once bought a nun doll for $1, and I was so happy. Porcelain and everything else. I also bought one for $100, but you know. So here they are. This is Temptation cookware. All 3 excellent condition. I'm not going to unwrap all 3 of them like that. $21.50. You can actually, I guess, put them in the oven, bake things. Like I said, I've never used these before. Oh, I'll unwrap them. Each one of my items is bagged, and I write down what it is. Like this is number 88, and mini bakers. I had to go some to find these, but I know, like, you know, I have it. This is number 1 through 25. This is 26 through 50. You know, just keeping them really nice. So there's 2. Now, the lowest price I've seen on there is somebody selling 2 green ones for $25. I'm selling 3 orange ones, and I like the orange better, for $21.50. And the other person only has 2 sales like me, and I feel bad doing that. I'm actually thinking of going on her site and buying something from her. Next, I don't have any money right now. I'm not even going to Savers, but when I do, I'm gonna seek her out. I'm gonna buy something off her site, make her feel better. There you go. Ta-da! These are beautiful. $21.50, good deal. That's what I'm saying. So that's one that's on sale, the trilogy. And the third thing that's on sale, same thing. I'm saying $21.50. Is it $21.25? $21.25. $21.25. And here's another one. This is that canister that came from Ellen Lavender, I think it is. It's the number 3 canister of their series, which is a cookie jar. Boy, my cookie jars always remind me of my grandmother. My grandmother had cookie jars up the yin-yang at her house. You go into her kitchen, and she had all this counter space. She had a huge kitchen, counter space all over like that. Cookie jars all over the place. I go in there, and she'd sit back and just watch me. Oh, you like those? Oh, you like those? So there's the cookie jar. It's number 3. Ellen Warner. This is now only $21.25. Don't quote me. It'll be $21.50. If it was $42.50, then it's $21.25. Okay. Do quote me. This is the cover to it, and this is in excellent condition. I'm trying to put everything up. It's in excellent condition. You know, a chip here and there if it's old. That's different. 2 little birds on top. Intact. Does this have a tiny chip? I seem to remember. It'll be in the description if it did. If it did, it was like, yeah, right there. Right there, little tiny chip. And it's going to happen when you put it down like this anyway, right? Okay. So this is really nice. I don't really need cookie jars. My daughter would kill me if I started buying a bunch of cookie jars and bringing the kids over and saying, help yourself. But whatever. Here we go. 21, 25. All right, well, that's it for today. It'll clean this all up. I will try to get back again soon. I'm probably going to wait until I vacuum my hallway. I still haven't done that. And I can show you the pictures I have there, which I keep promising. I'm keeping all of them anyway, pretty much. Or when I go to Savers again, I can't afford it right now. I have my daughter's birthday this month and my grandson's birthday this month. And unfortunately, it's the first Father's Day. I do not have my father, but I'm buying my husband a $160 ladder, which I don't have the money for, so I'm hoping my kids might pitch in. All right, well, that's it, and I'll be back. Thank you. Bye.